The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Pareto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Black Hawk Hauling, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, Wags Food and Culture, Moe's Pizza, The Green Law Firm, Personal Injury Attorney, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, your sports guy. I'm joined by my good friend, the one you can catch on CrescentCitySports.com, the one and only George Peppers. What's up, George Peppers?
Not too much, JB. It's all good. It's the night before. It's the night before the second round of the state playoffs, and the excitement levels are building everywhere around the state, and for us too, because we've got games this week, and we're going to see a very good one tomorrow night. You'll be at your alma mater at Shaw. I guarantee you one thing though: the Eagles are going to win this week. But which one? Stay tuned, baby. Stay tuned. Let's call it tease, people. And to my fan base at Patrick Taylor, I hope you're tuning in. Am I picking y'all? Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
It's at University Lab. I know. I know.
Oh, we'll see. VK Jones is on assignment tonight. He's not able to be with us, but he'll be back with us on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Once we talk about it, we'll let everybody know what day we back on. But we do have VK's picks for tonight. Tonight's show, we are just doing the select pick'em. So we're picking every game on the select side of the brackets, Division 1 through Division 4. We want your comments. We want to know what you think. Upsets, blowouts, close games. Y'all let us know. George Peppers, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. But I'm wanting to see what. See, I tried to access VK's picks to get an idea, and the setting, sometimes the phone settings act a little quirky, so I couldn't get it. So I'll be leaning on you to see if VK made any Buckeye part twos this week.
Well,
I'll just
we're gonna see, but let's get into it.
let's
Everybody's
get it.
ready for pick'ems. Let's get into it right now. Here we go. We're gonna start with the big dogs, Division One select. Game number one. Holy Cross taking on the Jesuit Blue Jays, a rematch from the Catholic League District. Um, Holy One, number 1 seed, Jesuit 16 seed. Does Jesuit make the proper adjustments to win this game? We've seen Jesuit in the past do things like this, but can it be done tonight? Not tonight, tomorrow night. I'm sorry.
Mark.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this. I think Holy Cross wins this game and moves into the next round. What do you think, Mr. George Peppers?
I think they win it, but here's the thing I'm going to caution you. They played, what was it, 4 weeks ago, and they won 33 to nothing or something. They shut them out. They dominated that game. That was when Holy Cross was on point, and I see Corday Hankton is in the chat, but that's when Holy Cross was playing at their peak. Jesuit, as you mentioned astutely, they know how to make adjustments. And last I checked, that's a well coached. Ryan Manally's a very good football coach that has had
Yes.
playoff success, something Scott Watney has not had a modium of. Jesuit is capable if they make the right adjustments. I just don't think they have enough top end talent to beat Holy Cross. I'm going to go Holy Cross, but a lot closer than 33 nothing was in the last game.
Okay. And VK Jones also picks Holy Cross. Carencro and Acadiana, rivals from the same district. And this is pretty much the same scenario that happened last year.
Mm-hmm.
Acadiana wins the regular season last year and then meets up with Carencro in the second round and loses to Carencro. What has happened so far this year? Acadiana won the regular season matchup, and now here we are back in the second round when this should be played later on in semis or even in the championship. But we get it in the second round. GP, I saw Carencro in person, and that is a great team. I just don't think Acadiana beats Carencro twice. I think Batiste and Chance Babineau at quarterback, I think they will be much more than what they were in the first game. I got Carencro defeating Acadiana.
See, this game, it's a crime that we're playing this thing in the regional round, isn't it? I
Yeah,
mean, it's a crime that we're playing this in round two, and it should be Jimbo Fisher in the chat. Go ahead. I hear you.
he played for
Listen,
Coach Hank.
I know who he is. This is one of the games I've really just had an issue trying to pick it, just to lean on somebody. I know I was on Karen Crow in the regular season, and they fell
What's up,
just
Steve?
short.
Mm-hmm.
But Acadiana, again, it's tough to beat the same team twice. This is why I hate rematches in the playoffs. Can't stand them. Yeah, I see why you're picking Carrico, but that defense is too leaky. And if Acadiana gets that wing T rolling early, wing T offenses are tough to catch, especially if they break running. If they get in front, I'm gonna flip the script here. I'm gonna go Acadiana close, and I think the wing T and what they do is the difference in this game. It'll be a fascinating game, Jared, but Acadiana finds a way late and they get it done.
And your good friend VK Jones also agrees with you. Y'all two against me. VK has
Well,
Acadiana.
there's an L now. I mean, that man picked Buckeye last week.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
All right, moving on. Edna Carr hosts Woodlawn at Baton Rouge. And George, I think we need to say this. That district with Woodlawn, Central, Zachary, and Central is pretty much better than what we probably gave credit to before
Yep.
the season start. Because Woodlawn, Central, Catholic, Zachary, all are in the second round.
Yep.
Woodlawn went to Shreveport and went to Shreveport and defeated Huntington, but I think their run ends this Friday night to Edna Carr. I got Edna Carr.
I do too, but the thing I'm going to caution as we get deeper into this playoff tournament, let's say this: Edna Carr is beatable, just not Friday night. They'll do it Friday night, but those matchups later in this playoff, they could be had. They could be absolutely had because they've done this all year long, Jared. They have done this all year long where they have not pieced together a 48-minute game. They did it twice, and that was against Warren Easton and Holy Cross. Both wins. shutout, blasted them both. I think Endicott gets it done. I feel like they should handle Woodlawn. Great win by Woodlawn last week. It's not happening this time. Endicott gets it done easy.
VK also picked Edna Carr, so we all are in agreement with that.
All
And
right.
the last matchup of the top half, Alexandria is coming to Joe Yenny Stadium to take on the Brother Martin Crusaders. Alexandria has a good offense, likes to throw short passes a lot, mainly. Brother Martin has a great defense and a good offense. I have the Brother Martin Crusaders.
It's a fascinating coaching matchup, JB. When you have Thomas Bachman and Mark Bonice. This is a great X's and O's matchup. These both teams are going to be extremely prepared for this game. Um, if Brother Martin loses, one of our great listeners owes me a little cash. Just saying, if Alexandria beats him, Reggie, I know you there,
Yeah, he's here.
wherever you at.
He's here.
Um, but in the matchup itself, Alexandria does play a wide open style of offense. They don't throw a lot of vertical, but there he is. They do have an opportunity here to get it done. You're picking Brother Martin. You
I'm
said
picking
you were
Brother
picking
Martin.
Brother Martin, right?
Yep, I am.
Oh, I feel like the Catholic League's defensive prowess is going to show here, and the Crusaders are going to win a game, win this thing by a touchdown. I think Brother Martin by a tutty.
VK also picks Brother Martin. We are all in agreement with that one. All right, to the bottom half of the bracket. John Ehret is going to Baton Rouge to take on Catholic. Can John Ehret put it all together and play the most perfect game to get a win over Catholic of Baton Rouge? I don't see it. And I know that's your alma mater. And I know Coach Willie Brooks might be watching this as well. I just don't see John Ehret going up there and defeating Catholic of Baton Rouge. Does John Ehret has the talent? They got it. They do. They just got to put it together finally. But I just don't see it. I got Catholic. George Peppers.
John Ehret played a very dominant game last week. There was never any doubt in that game against Riverdale that they were going to win at all. That being said, this Catholic of Baton Rouge team is a lot different. Here's the thing that I will tell you though about Catholic of Baton Rouge. Yes, they pulled off. Okay, Reginald. All right. I don't know if they will, but I think they do. Um, this isn't one of Catholic's. Oh my God, we're going to get destroyed. You know, John Ehret is capable, extremely capable of going in there to Memorial and playing a very tip top game. Is it enough to beat that team in 48 minutes time? I think Ehret won't disgrace themselves. This is not Ponchatoula from 2 years ago where they got busted 50 to nothing. That's not going to happen. I think Catholic wins trepidantly. Man, I really want to pick my school, but I can't. I'm going Catholic, but I believe this is closer than most of your novices are going to tell you. I think Catholic wins this, but they're going to know they've been in a ball game.
Jimbo Fish, I just want to say, yeah, Walter Mack is number one DB in the state. You're right, but y'all lost 4 games with him playing. So it's possible to lose again. Best player in the state, in my eyes, is Jawan Johnson and
Maybe.
Lafayette Kristen. And
Mm,
Lafayette Kristen has lost 2 games with Jawan Johnson.
yep.
So eat our words. I hear you, Jimbo. I hear you. All right, moving on. St. Augustine, John Curtis at the Shrine on Airline. Can St. Augustine get the upset? And I saw people on Facebook and Twitter saying it's going to happen. They will get this upset. Newsflash. I don't see that happening at all. I got Curtis. Who you got, George? Oh, VK
I'm.
does have Catholic and Baton Rouge. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I figured that. Look, it's the smart pick. And Reggie, 50 to 21. Give me 29. Oh, well, sorry about your luck there, Jimbo. I mean, you're bad. Um, he's a West Jeff kid. Sorry about your luck. Um, St. Aug Curtis, look, St. Aug, what did last week prove? That we knew McKinley was not going to match up. It was never going to happen. St. Aug was supposed to do what they did last week. John Curtis, okay, the bye week, eh, is JT. You give JT 2 weeks to prepare for an opponent, and he probably knew it was going to be St. Aug. Come on. I
Uh-huh.
don't, and all due respect to McKinley, I don't think JT pulled their game film up. He's like, man, they're not beating St. Aug. Curtis wins it. I could see this game being a 2 touchdown margin. John Curtis beats St. Aug. I'm with you, JB. I'm going Patriots.
So is VK. He's going John Curtis also. Now,
Mhm.
St. Paul's, Tioga. St. Paul's defense gets it done. I got St. Paul's.
It's a tricky matchup. Tioga is very fundamentally sound. They play good defense as well, and they're very well coached with Kevin Cook. Um, I don't think this is a cakewalk for St. Paul's. I think this is a closely vested football game. But at the end of the day, the Wolves, I feel like they're the most underappreciated team in the state of Louisiana for what they've done in a rugged district in 6-5A. St. Paul's is going to announce themselves because look what 6-5A did last week. Mandeville beat Sam Houston. Nice call, me. Um, who else upset?
I think that's
Goodness,
it.
North Shore beat West Monroe. Hello,
North
a
Shore.
game with
That's right. That's yep.
yeah,
Our game of the
duh.
week. That's right.
Yeah, our game of the week. That's national game of the week. Come on, George, get with the program. Um, I mean, I think Tioga's got an excellent chance, but St. Paul's, I think, kicks a late field goal at the gun to win it.
All right. Now we go to Archbishop Rummel going back up to Shreveport to take on Captain Shreve. Captain Shreve has a good offense, but I just don't know if they face competition like the Catholic League faces.
Hmm.
And I'm feeling so strongly in Archbishop Rummel to go back up there and get this victory. I got Archbishop Rummel going back to Shreveport and defeating the number 2 seed. So I'm gonna call it an upset. I won't because I think they're the better team. Archbishop Rummel. Who you got, George?
They're getting healthier, and that's scary. Nick Monica's got DNA. Last I checked, he's the son of a legend, Frank Monica. So there's one thing they're not going to be not prepared for this ball game. Yes, this is an arduous task to go to Shreveport twice in 2 weeks' time, but they dominated it last week at
Yep.
Northwood. Handled their business. They were supposed to. I don't think they'll do that this week. I don't think they're going to dominate Captain Shreve, but it would not surprise me if Rummel wins it. In my humble opinion, I'm gonna vibe with you. I'm with the Rummel Raiders. I think they get this done, and it sets up a potentially interesting quarterfinal in St. Paul. Potentially, that would be a scintillating quarterfinal.
So I forgot to say VK has St. Paul's and VK also has Archbishop Rummel. All right. Now, Division 2 select. Let's start with the number 1 team, St. Thomas More. They're hosting Estruma. I'm not getting into all the details of this one. It will be St. Thomas More big. George Peppers.
Name your number would be a safe assumption here.
I think
I
so.
mean, Estruma, look, credit those kids for fighting and winning that game last week. You know, and whatnot. But this is a whole different animal. STM's going to win for fun. They'll win by 4 touchdowns.
There you go. VK also has STM. Livingston versus St. Michael the Archangel. My good dude, Devon Francis, has done a great job with Livingston Collegiate. Back-to-back years of getting to the second round. I think Livingston is in the ball game for a half. And then I think St.
Mhm.
Michael's going to take over due to St. Michael's, in my opinion, facing better competition throughout their schedule. Just in my
Mhm.
opinion, Livingston does have a Kennedy, and I hope he'll be right. But St. Michael does have Plaquemine, district champions, and West Feliciana. I have St. Michael defeating Livingston.
See, St. Michael's has never won a playoff game in their history.
Wow, I did not
That
know
is,
that.
but well, now you do.
Yep.
That's courtesy from a couple of people I know very well. With that said, if your scenario plays out and Livingston's in this game into the second half, pressure bust pipes. Isn't that the old axiom?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, isn't that the old axiom? I mean, Livingston, they won a playoff game last year and got dusted against the Archbishop Shaw Eagles as they were supposed to. Um, this is not Shaw they're playing. It's a little different team, a lot different team. I think Livingston's got a real opportunity here. I think they can pull this out. I'm going to go Livingston Collegiate.
All right. George, our good friend VK, also has Livingston. So it's two of y'all against me. All
I
right.
knew he would pick him. I should have picked the other team.
All right.
Bad luck. BK strikes again.
Yep. Bad VK strikes again. Sure
Yep.
does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We move on to the next one. It's Archbishop Shaw versus the Evangel Christian Eagles. Eagles versus Eagles. Coach Hank gets 1-2 lifetime against Evangel. Only win coming in 2000 at the Hap Glotty Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Evangel has a great defensive end in Gabriel Relaford, who's committed to Texas A&M. Josh Booty's sons also plays. One is quarterback. That is Peyton Fulgham. The wide receiver. He led the entire state in receiving yards. That is Parker Fulgham. With that being said, I think Shaw's running game will be explosive tomorrow night. I think they will be able to run the ball very
Mm-hmm.
well. I think Jasper Parker and Mason Williams has a phenomenal game running the ball. I think the O line will double team Gabriel Relaford. I think they're gonna double team him. And I've said it since the beginning of the year. As a veteran group, the Shaw DBs are good. They are good. I'm not saying they're the best in the state. I think BB Bernard Carsey is the best in the state at cornerback, but they are very good, and I think it's gonna be hard for Peyton to throw to his brother, and that's mainly the person he throws to, pretty much 65 to 70% of the time. With that being said, the Shaw Eagles will win this game against the Evangel Christian Eagles. Who you got, George?
The Eagles are gonna win.
Right?
Like I said, they're gonna win. Here's the thing that Shaw has to. I don't know about dream match. I don't think this is a dream match at all. This is not the
2001.
Evangel.
From back in the day, yeah. You're right. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this ain't the Hap Glotty game where Shaw deservedly beat Evangel that day in the Superdome. I was there that day. Um, oh goodness, Corday. All right, I hear you. The last time Shaw played Evangel, wasn't that the game in Shreveport where some shoddy officiating? That's the last time these two teams saw each other.
That's
You
correct.
think Shaw? You think this is another playoff game, and now Evangel's got to get on that bus, take that 6-hour trip to the West Bank, and play at Shaw, not at Memphis, is at Shaw on campus. Man, look, Jared, your school is going to the quarterfinals, and they're going to do it in resounding fashion. I think the pitch and catch is going to get neutralized. The Shaw offense has really come of age here in the second half of the season, and they're getting better. Defensively, though, they've kind of plateaued a little bit. I need this defense to be better than what they have been the last few weeks. Um, don't sell me the schedule because that schedule outside of Carrico was no good midway through. So Shaw's got some questions to answer, but Shaw's going to win this game by 2 touchdowns.
VK also has Archbishop Shaw. Moving on. Vanderbilt Catholics coming down to take on John F. Kennedy. I'm telling people, do not overlook Vanderbilt Catholic in this matchup. People saying
Nope.
Kennedy's going to get him. I'm telling them, look, do not overlook Vanderbilt Catholic. You do realize they have the fastest person in the state on their team. That is running back Jalen Coleman, and he's only a junior. You think I'm lying when I say he's the fastest person in the state? Go see his 100-meter time.
Yeah,
Go
go
see it.
pull that tape up.
Pull it up. And he won that as a sophomore last year. He's a junior. Kennedy's going to see somebody with speed for the first time pretty much this whole year. I don't think they saw any team with a lot of speed, and that's even talking about Terrebonne.
Yep.
Jalen Coleman gets to the outside. Watch out. Watch out. I'm still going John F. Kennedy with the win. I think the weapons on offense will be a little bit too much for Vanderbilt Catholic. But if Vanderbilt Catholic has time to, if they are successful with the run game with Jalen Coleman, and they can keep that offense of Kennedy off the field, we might be talking a different ball game. But I'm going John F. Kennedy. Who you got, George?
And that's the scenario that works for Vanderbilt Catholic. If they can keep their offense on the field, milk the clock, keep the Kennedy offense off the field, get them cold and dusty, rusty. Um, I don't know. I mean, Jalen Coleman is a track star. Wait, he's already won the 100, and he is just lightning quick. Kennedy hasn't seen that kind of speed, and it's not just him. Vanderbilt's got dudes that can run, and they play sound. I think Kennedy's defense is going to out physical them and win a close game. I think they're going to out physical this Vanderbilt Catholic team and win it by a touchdown.
Michael Meyer, he's from close to that Bayou area. He's not from the Bayou, but he's close to it.
Right.
He's saying he doesn't think the Kennedy defense holds up. I'm telling you, man, I think this is gonna be a good ball game. Think about it. Crescent City Sports is covering this game. I'm just saying, I think we got a good one on our hand. Do not
This
overlook that Vanderbilt Cali team. VK
this was
also
a
has
game we were
Kennedy.
looking at.
We were. VK also have he has
Kennedy.
Kennedy. Yes, he does. That's right, Kenny. Both Colemans. That's right. All right, we're moving on to the bottom half of the bracket. Peabody taking about an hour drive to Lafayette to take on the Lafayette Christian Knights, led by Jawan Johnson. Coach Harry Coleman has done a good job at Peabody, but it's going to come to an end Friday night. Lafayette Christian wins this game. George.
I don't see a scenario where Peabody wins, not short of Lafayette Christian catching food poisoning and just having the runs all game. They're going to dominate this game. And you know what? Got a tip of the hat to Harry Coleman and his Peabody Warhorses for a good bounce back year. They've really done themselves proud. Got a playoff win, but this is asking a whole lot. Lafayette Christian wins by 3 touchdowns.
Okay. And VK also has Lafayette Christian. McDonough 35. They're going to Sulphur. St. Louis Catholic couldn't get a game in Lake Charles. Strange. Or St. Louis Catholic just wanted a bigger stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And talk to Sulphur. They're taking a ride to Sulphur High School for this game. Be careful going to Sulphur, everybody. I'll leave it at that. McDonough 35. Don't speed in Sulphur. Don't speed. Don't speed on I-10 in Sulphur. I'm telling you now. McDonough 35, St. Louis Catholic. Oh, George. I think this might go down to the wire. Oh, they play their home games in Sulphur?
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. I could have thought they played Lake Charles College Prep somewhere else. But okay, cool. No problem. No problem. Okay, no problem. All right. I think we're going to get a good ball game here. 35 got a good defense, and we know they have Santana Price, and we know the job Brock McThurn has done at St. Louis Catholic. Oh, man. It's going to be a good one, George, but I'm going to go with the Saints from St. Louis in a close one. I think they get it done. St. Louis Catholic.
The telling difference in this game is going to be the inconsistency of the Run Eagles offense. And against a live defense like St. Louis, that's not going to work. The Saints have this game at home. They get it done. I think but 35 is not going to disgrace themselves. They'll lose exactly. It could be a defensive struggle, and if that's the case, St. Louis wins it. Either case, Saints win by 10.
VK Jones also has the Saints winning this ball game. Turlings Catholic hosting Madison Prep. I got Turlings Catholic winning this game.
The pedigree of Madison Prep makes this an intriguing matchup, and Preston Welch seems to have found himself a little bit here down the stretch after a couple of struggles. I mean, henceforth, look at the 62-3 shellacking they took against LC earlier in the year. Madison Prep, like I mentioned, the pedigree because they've had runs where they've won titles and got to the dome. Not this time. Lafayette Christian books their t- into
Beat
the books
Turlings.
their ticket to yeah, they're gonna book their way into the quarterfinals.
Definitely. Before I say who VK has, here's my good friend Carlos Aguilar. You see a lightning bolt. He is from San Diego. And yes, that means he's a Chargers fan, even though they are in LA now. He likes to try to mess with me, and his Chargers haven't beaten the Saints ever since Drew Brees left his Chargers. And guess what, Carlos? You're about to fire your coach. And my Saints, we look goddamn bad, but guess what? We in first place of our division. You can't say that about your Chargers, Carlos. Now, moving on. VK also picks Sterling's Catholic. Last game for Division 2 select. De La Salle hosting ED White. No, ED White is hosting De La Salle. I'm sorry. It all comes to an end for De La Salle. And it's going to be the ED White.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with my friend today at work, Kedrick Richardson. His son is the outstanding defensive player for the Cavaliers, and he had himself a game last week against Buckeye. VK, I know you're listening. Don't do that. Again, I'm just telling you, 17 tackles, 2.5 sacks. Those are player of the week numbers.
Yeah.
I told my friend, I said, what it's going to take is something like that tomorrow. De La Salle's starting to get healthy. And that is so tantamount here in this spot. Edie White, I know we've sold the farm on Edie White because all of us to a man have said that this team is extremely capable of getting to Poitras. I
Yeah.
mean, will they get there? We think they're capable. I thought about pulling a trigger, but I'm not. I think Edie White wins this thing, but it's extremely close. I think it's a 6 point win to the homestanding Cardinals. But De La Salle not going to disgrace. They're going to show themselves well in this spot.
All right. There you have it. We're going to go to Division 3 now. Select.
Who does VK pick?
Oh, yeah. He picked ED White. I'm sorry.
All right.
He did pick ED White. My fault, VK. All right. Moving on. Division 3. St. Charles hosting Ascension Episcopal. Yeah. I think we all in agreement with St. Charles Catholic. George.
I mean, against
What's up,
Ascension
Troy?
Episcopal,
Yeah, St. Charles against Ascension Episcopal.
Troy Narcisse, boy, bravery, my boy. I mean, love it. Um, there's no way or how Ascension Episcopal goes into St. Charles in that environment and survives. Comets to the quarters. Easy.
There we go. We all got St. Charles Catholic. The Auburn Woods Charter got a bye in the first round,
Mhm.
and now they get Coach Louis Cook and the Notre Dame Pios. The Auburn Woods has never even won a playoff game, and y'all remember what the coach said in regards to the private
Oh,
school sheet. Well, here's a private school coming play you, the Auburn Woods. Great season by you guys. It ends Friday night. The Pios for Notre Dame. George.
agree. I think Notre Dame, Louis Cook, they're good. And doesn't it feel like that if Notre Dame wins this, them and St. Charles just cannot duck each other in a
They
playoff
can't.
setting?
They
It
can't.
seems like they've played every year in the last X amount of years.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame, Auburn Woods, look, y'all have had a nice year, a really nice year. I don't think you wanted Notre Dame in that second round. You knew it was going to happen because they were going to handle their business in round one. They did, and they're going to do it to you too. Notre Dame by 3 touchdowns.
There you have it. Kenny saying 4 years in a row, George. Jesus. 4 years in a row, Notre Dame has met St. Charles in the playoffs. All right. VK picks Notre Dame also, George.
Okay.
Here we go. A playoff rematch of last year in the first round. Catholic of New Iberia hosting Lake Charles College Prep. Now, we know Lake Charles College Prep won the first round game last year over Catholic of New Iberia, and then Lake Charles lost by 1 point in overtime to Notre Dame in the second round. Here we are again for Lake Charles College Prep back in the second round and in the rematch of the first round matchup of last year. Catholic of New Iberia is a real good team. They are. Lake Charles College Prep finished 4-6. We told y'all last week when we did our picks, don't let that record fool y'all into thinking they are a sad team. They are not. I think Lake Charles College Prep wins again in a close one. I got LCCP.
I I mean, last week they were supposed to win. Quite frankly, Pope John Paul. Look, they had a really nice year, but this was a god awful matchup for them last week, and it showed 34-7 in the hands of the visitors. Now they're home for round. No, they're not. They're on the road to Catholic of New Iberia. It's not as imposing a foe as last year's second round game. With all due respect, I'm gonna go with you and go with the upset. LCCP wins by a touchdown.
And VK also has Lake Charles College Prep. That's, we must see something. We must see something. But here we go. The bottom of the first half of the bracket. George, your guys, Patrick Taylor, taking that ride to University Lab on LSU's campus. Shout out to our good friends at Patrick Taylor and the fan base. They love us. We love them too. But I can't be biased. Got to keep it real. Y'all won your first playoff game. Congratulations. Nothing to be ashamed of. Great season. University will get the win over you guys. I'm pulling for y'all. Don't get me wrong, but University. George.
Oh, how I want to just
Oh,
make my
hold on.
fan base.
Here we go. Here's Kenny. Here it is. Double or nothing, he says. Remember that double or nothing? He wants it on this
Yeah,
one. He wants it on the Catholic and Lake Charles College Prep game.
I don't want to speak to VK's appetite, but
You can speak for yourself.
I can speak for me.
Yeah, for you.
But
Yeah,
he's gonna want. He's one. A birds of a. What's the old saying? Birds of a feather flock together, right?
you're right.
You know. I mean, do I feel enough to double dip on that? I don't know. And look, and you could don't you could say that word, that scared word. No, sir, that's not in the vocabulary. Let me just let you know right now. Scared does not define me. But getting back to this game, my guys at Patrick Taylor. I mean, I had a chance last Friday night, but no, I was craving. Ooh, ooh, wow. I mean, it could, but I had a chance last Friday night to share with you guys that are watching. They were at Raising Cane's in Marrero, and my ignorant self decided, well, I want Taco Bell. I was craving Taco Bell. Listen, sometimes it happens. Until I saw VK post that video, I was like, man, I feel like the first class heel off the cartoons. Had a chance to hang out with the fan base and eat and have a late dinner. Look, Patrick Taylor, I love you guys. Y'all know this. Nothing changes. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But this is an impossible task. JB, they're not winning this game. U High wins comfortably. This is going to feel like the game against, was it Kennedy, where they got bombarded?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what this matchup feels like. And look, kudos to Patrick Taylor for winning a
Yep.
playoff game and getting this opportunity, but they're not winning this game, JB. University by a lot.
VK also has University. On to the bottom side of the bracket, St. Thomas Aquinas going to Newman. Eli Friend has a good day throwing the ball. I have Newman.
St. Thomas Aquinas has quietly had a nice year, but Isidore Newman is smart. And think about it. 2 weeks ago, they got humiliated at St. Charles, 28-0.
Yep.
I mean, they hung in as long as they could, but they couldn't do anything with them in the fourth quarter. I think Newman is an angry football team, and they're going to take it out and put St. Thomas Aquinas this season to rest. Newman by 17.
VK also has Newman. We have Episcopal going to Bunkie. I got Bunkie.
I tell you, I lived there for 12 years, and I am so proud of that group. Watching that team from afar and seeing, Under the Lights had them against Gina, and that was a matchup that Gina was always going to win. We'll get to them later. Episcopal runs that wing team. They got some nice backs, really nice backs. Jordan Taylor, I watched Under the Lights when he had the marathon of interviews, and he had Jimmy Hillman, the head coach of Bunkie, on, and Hillman's concerns were about Episcopal's backs. Those guys are studs. They can go. But Bunkie's defense has pitched some shutouts this year. They've kind of tailed off here in the back end of the year, but that offense is incredible. Bunkie wins and moves to the quarterfinals, and what a tantalizing quarterfinal that could be. Newman and Bunkie,
Yeah.
offense or plenty. That could be a really nice quarterfinal. Dylan Compton is a guy y'all don't know much about. Y'all gonna hear about this cat Friday night. He's gonna do some work. Bunky wins that game.
VK also has Bunky. Now, Dunham and Parkview Baptist battle at Baton Rouge. Both schools from Baton Rouge. Look, I, I'm thinking this is gonna be a matchup that goes down to the very end of the game. Somebody may be getting a game-winning field goal. That's how I feel with this one. Parkview started off a little slow, but throughout the season has gotten better, and we know about Dunham. With that being said, uh, D. Gibbs said we'll be closer than you think, fellas. He's talking about Patrick Taylor and University. I got Dunham over Parkview Baptist. Who you got, George?
I do too. I feel like Dunham. They're it's a team that, quite honestly, should be talking about as the reigning and defending state champions. That's what I think. St. Charles came with a wild hair in their behinds late in that game and got it. Parkview Baptist is almost back, not quite, and good enough to win in this spot. Dunham gets it done.
VK also picks Dunham. And the last one in Division 3, select Holy Savior Menard going to Calvary Baptist. Calvary Baptist.
Got a trick question. Uh, I mean, look, Holy Savior Menards had a good year and got themselves a dub last week in the playoff opener. But this is one of the favorites to win it all in Division Three, arguably one of the best teams in the state. Calvary Baptist, name your number. They win big.
VK also has Calvary Baptist. And we're going to our last division for the day, for the show. Division 4, Vermilion Catholic hosting Delhi Charter. I got Vermilion Catholic.
So do I. We can proceed on, but VC is a team that absolutely could get to the Superdome. I mean, they have been spectacular all year long. But this is a matchup that should favor them easily. Vermilion Catholic wins big.
VK also has Vermilion Catholic. Michael Myers says, can Patrick Taylor focus? Will they have the team focused on beating the guys in front of them? I think so. I think they will. I think they will. I think they celebrated that victory Friday and Saturday, and I think that's a wrap. I think they moved on. Kenny Bourgeois able to get his team to focus on the next task at hand. So I think they did Michael Meyer. We all picked Vermilion Catholic. Kenny says Vermilion Catholic lost a key running back. Okay, gotcha. Moving on. Ascension Catholic and Opelousas Catholic, with Opelousas Catholic hosting. Could this be the best game of the night out of any game that we have tomorrow? Who knows? I'm gonna go with the home team in a close one. Opelousas Catholic. Who you got, George?
Um, man, Opelousas Catholic, it's a team that has made a real statement this year, But how do they feel after losing a couple weeks ago to Cecilia in the manner that they did? Getting run off the field that day. I think they're more than good enough to win here. Opelousas Catholic by 2 touchdowns gets it to the quarterfinal.
All right. VK Jones has Ascension Catholic. He's by himself on that one.
Hmm.
Riverside hosting Catholic Point Coupe. Riverside.
Dedrick Lasty is one of the best backs in the state. There is no question, absolutely no question that guy is special. He will lead Riverside into the state quarterfinals, and Lee Roussel, you get your wish. He will practice on Thanksgiving. I think Riverside wins going away.
VK also has Riverside. Covenant Christian traveling to St. Martin's. St. Martin's. Covenant Christian won't be able to stop Harlem Berry. I got St. Martin's.
Hmm. I mean, Harlan Berry is special. And who are they playing again?
They're playing
Covenant Christian.
Covenant Christian, 20 seed Covenant.
See, Covenant Christian with the upset last week over the 13. I think the Saints, another set of Saints, are going to win. This is the second set. St. Martin's gets it.
There we go. Bottom half of the bracket. Washita Christian hosting Westminster Christian. OCS with the win over Westminster. Oh, VK did pick. I'm sorry, he did pick St. Martin's. Go ahead, George.
And this is Westminster
Christian.
against Washita Christian.
Yes.
Name your number. Duck Dynasty by a lot. OCS gets it easy.
Glenbrook traveling to St. Mary's. I got St. Mary's.
St. Mary's and Natchitoches has put together a really resolute program. It's a group that continues to churn out and really turn out some good teams. They teased at the Superdome. I think they got there actually once and lost. They'll win here. I think they'll get it done.
All right. VK, he did pick Washita Christian and he also picked St. Mary's. St. Frederick's and Central Catholic. I'm going to go St. Frederick. George?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't know what just happened there. Can you repeat that?
Yeah. St. Frederick taking on Central Catholic. I have St. Frederick.
Really? Tempting. Really tempting. Okay. Central Catholic is a team that just turns along and puts out good teams every year. But St. Frederick feels like this is a breakthrough kind of team that can make a run into the Thanksgiving week ledger next week. I'd take St. Fred's as well, but this is going to be a very good football game. St. Fred's wins close.
VK also has St. Fred's, and we have Hanson Memorial taking on Southern Lab. Southern Lab.
Name it. Hanson Memorial. Maybe it's the bop. I don't know, the reference to that song from back in the day. They're going to need to do it. They're going to need to do a lot of that though. Southern Lab, that might be the team that gets to New Orleans out of that bottom side of the bracket. They could. That speed and that team, they just out athlete a lot of the teams on the bottom side of the bracket. Southern Lab big.
All right. And VK also has Southern Lab. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it with the picks for our show tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, we usually do it Tuesday, Wednesday. We couldn't do it this week. And next week, so right now, we're trying to give you two shows. We just don't know which days yet. Sunday, Monday, or Monday and Tuesday. So we will know by Saturday morning. We will have it all together by Saturday morning. We know with Thanksgiving coming up, we couldn't do a show Wednesday, and Thursday is Thanksgiving. So we're trying to give you a show Sunday and Monday, or Monday and Tuesday. You guys will have that. Just be looking out on Facebook for The Answer, and Instagram, The Hash It Out Show. And on Facebook, you can go to Jared JB Boyd, who am I, Georgie Peppers, or for Sean Jones. We will have that posted for you all. And gonna have a couple guests also next week. And a couple people that deals with Southern and Grambling also, because the Bayou Classic is coming to town. So we got two guests. Each of them are from one from Southern, one from Grambling. And we plan to also have coaches who are still in the playoffs. My good friend George Peppers, before we close out, do you have any last words?
I mean, the fact that we have round 2 of the state playoffs, and tune in tomorrow night to TSBNsports.com. VK Jones will be on the call. I will host a pregame in advance of Walker and North Shore, which promises to deliver a physical kind of game. That's going to be defensive oriented. It's going to be a fun game in the atmosphere. I think the weather is going to be pristine tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're going to be sunny and clear tomorrow after a miserable week of mist, rain, and yada, yada, yada. It's going to be a really good, crisp night tomorrow night. That's a game tonight. Oh, I didn't know that.
That's the only game tonight. Sterlington, Mansfield. I know we all picked Sterlington, but there you have it.
Yeah,
8-7 after 1. Okay.
that's a dicey one early, but Sterlington should get away late in that spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, but tune in tomorrow night. We had our number. We crushed last week in advance of Bell Chase Parkway. We
Yeah.
put together our best numbers. And look, this isn't just about getting the most viewers. What this is about putting the kids out. That was the premise of what the Hash It Out Show Game of the Week was when we made this thing happen. It has come to bear, and the fandom, man, the fandom that we have received from you guys wherever we go. It's like, man, the recognition. Look, and again, this isn't about propping ourselves up and any of that stuff. We're just proud of what we do, and I can't wait to be in at North Shore tomorrow night. VK is telling me there's a really cool food place in advance of heading up that way. So hoping to check that out. I
Yeah.
think it's
BJ's. You're gonna love
yeah.
it. You're gonna love
Okay.
BJ's.
Okay. If the man, the myth, the legend decides to stop there, he might have a wild hair or something and say, "Well, man, we're not going there tomorrow." I'll be
Well,
like, "Look, bro, you
it's
stop."
right. It's right by North Shore, like less than a mile.
Yeah, and then he said the press box is a spacious looking press box there
It
tomorrow, and
is. It
you
is.
know and he said there's, I mean, I saw a picture of the outside, and I figured the press box is a sizable entity. I just want that
You can
the
see the
kids
whole
play.
field where you at. You see the whole field.
Oh, I just want tomorrow night for every game, and tonight with Sterlington Mansfield. We had a little bit of a lot of a scare last week, um, when we went to Air at Riverdale, and we don't want to see any of that. Please be safe. Get out there, play your best. All the teams still in the tournament. Good luck. Uh, obviously,
I'm gonna
we all have.
answer that. I'm gonna answer that one. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I see it. I see it.
I'm gonna answer.
We
I'm
can
gonna
bet
answer
that.
it. I'm gonna answer
We
it.
can bet.
Go ahead.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
I know, but and then we got college football this weekend. We're starting to wind down, and and teams are starting to jostle for the playoffs, and the collegiate playoffs, and the NFL is into the second half of the season. For my Giants, it's just misery loves company, I guess. 2-8, and there is no sight for a victory. So I'll just wallow in it, and I'll start Sam Howell in every fantasy league I can get him in, against that defense. So he'll do well, and whatever. Saints don't play this week, so they can't lose.
There you
Can't
go.
lose this week. And Tulane, I think I know they play.
FAU.
It's FAU here, I think.
No, it's there.
Oh, it's there, and then they got UTSA to close.
That's right.
But we roll Green Wave, get it, keep going. We'd like to make another trip to Yeoman to watch you guys play for another title. That would be awesome.
That'd be great.
So, I mean, last year was great, but the way they're playing right now, I don't know. I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I don't like the body language. They're winning. I don't like it though. But I can't wait to be in at North Shore tomorrow night. Can't wait for the love to be shown. Jared, I know you will be at Shaw Evangel. Big revenge spot. My brother told me, he goes, dude, I don't take playoff games personally, but this one I do. I
This
said,
one, yeah, it's personal. The
it is a
2001
lot
man.
personal.
Oh yeah, the 2001 when they did the playoffs at Evangel, those referees. Oh
Cheated.
yeah, a lot of the alumni that was at Shaw at that time and people who were alumni then. Yeah, they are looking forward to this one, man. And
And if they blow out Evangel, I won't be mad at all. And no disrespect to Evangel, but Shaw has been sitting on this for 20 plus years. There's 20 plus years of butt kicking happening tomorrow night. So we'll see.
we will
But it
see.
should be, nevertheless, it should be a great night of football. And I know
Yeah,
we'll commiserate after our games get done and figure out where we're going for the quarterfinals. So hopefully our alma maters, all three of us, win. John Everett, St. Aug, Shaw. Shaw probably the only one that's likely to win. But man, I tell you, I will act like a fool if John Everett pulls this upset tomorrow night.
oh man, to answer my guy D Gift Senior um about the St. Aug upset. A lot of people have been saying that a whole lot, all on Facebook, Instagram. I got text messages. They are so confident, and that is great. I'm glad they're confident. I just don't see it happening. But if it does, Watch out, everybody, for the St. Augustine Purple Knights. Watch out. But with that being said, everybody, you're going to the game tomorrow. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Let's have some great football tomorrow night. It's the second round of the playoffs with George G.P. Peppers. I am JB the Sports Guy. Like I said, we're back Sunday and Monday or Monday and Tuesday. Be on our social media pages to make sure to see that when it's happening. If not, message us on the social media pages. That's all good. We'll answer. Till then, y'all take care.
You're watching the Hash It Out Show!
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out Show.